welcome to a special bonus edition episode of what I'd normally call Wrestling Wednesdays, but this is coming out on a Friday, so don't know what to call it. But I've got a great opportunity to spend some time with Fight Factory Wrestling's Anarchy champion, and I didn't want to miss out ahead of this Saturday's Steel Cage Showdown 2, Jack Bennett. Jack, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Just healing up nicely for a busy weekend, so it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, and what a weekend it's going to be. I mean, you've got a hell of a match. It's going to be one not to miss. Yourself putting the Anarchy Championship on the line against Bobby Adams.
Yeah, so yeah, it's still a bit bitter on me, to be fair. Like, no one wanted to give him a chance like a few years ago, and everyone was telling me no, he's a bad dude, and I was like, no, he's like one of my boys and stuff. And obviously that happened, and then everyone saw that side to him come out, and everyone got behind him. And then as soon as he weren't riding the waves anymore, he pretty much turned his back on everyone, including me. So yeah, it's going to suck for him on Saturday night.
Well, I suppose that's the thing. Does it feel quite distracting knowing you feel that way, or is that something you're going to use to motivate you on Saturday?
A bit of both, really, if I'm honest with you. Like, to say that I've not spent every show that I've been active on in the back with him would be a lie, because me and Bobby, we speak a lot. We used to speak a lot, not anymore. But you know, it wasn't just like, oh, this is a spot. We were good friends. We were like best of friends. Like, we'd watch each other's matches. We'd train together. We'd try and help each other as best as we can. And now, I said that's down the toilet now. Not from my part, from his part. So if he thinks he's escaping through or weaseling his way out of this match, there's no chance.
I was going to say, I mean, it's a hell of a way to settle this feud on Saturday, with it being a cage related.
Yeah.
I mean, what's going through your mind at the moment? Have you got thoughts about how you must know a lot about him because you spent so much time with him. Do you have you'd have to share it with us obviously now, but do you have sort of tactics in mind of how you're going to approach this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready for either way he wants to play it. If he wants to like get on my level and start bringing out the toys, I mean, that's cool with me. Or if he wants to call my bluff and think I can't roll with the best of them, I'll take him to school. I mean, a few weeks ago I was rolling about with different people all over the world. So Bobby Adams, telling you, man, think yourself lucky. Think yourself lucky. I'll body bag you in tech or hardcore. Doesn't matter, either one. I'll absolutely body bag you, son.
This is why you don't piss off someone who's as hardcore as you. And no wonder it's called. It's the Anarchy Championship for a reason at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's pretty much no holds barred, isn't it? So there's going to be something coming out there. I mean, whether it's from my hands or not, I mean, everyone knows what I'm about now. I've not made it a secret. You know, this is my bread and butter. He's walking into a completely unknown environment when I've pretty much made this everything about me. Like, everybody knows for hardcore wrestling, like, I live and I breathe it. It's not some kind of gimmick. It's not some kind of cheap pop for me. It is literally like being a 10-year-old kid Googling CZW on YouTube and stuff like that, watching Tournament of Death and like Yokohama Dream. This is all I've ever wanted right now on this run. And to think that I was possibly going to get it cut short by someone who used to call my best friend, it's not happening anytime soon. I'm telling you, for me, it's more the emotional side of it than the match itself. Like, if this was down to me, I wouldn't have put it on a show, because there's going to be children there, and I don't want to expose them to some of the things I've got planned for that lad. I'd rather we park the cars up and we just scrap it out in car park like men. But he has to hoax me in and then kick me in the balls and then drop me on my neck on top of my belt and then take that as well. Didn't even try and pin me for it, the sissy. So, you know, he wants to try that game on Saturday. We can play those games, but as I said, if he thinks I'm going in there unarmed or not ready for him, he's got another thing coming.
And obviously, you know, this is one of the reasons why I'm always polite to you when I see you at times at events. But you've had an incredible, couple of years. Obviously, the injury aside, and I know how much it means for you to have gone over to the Far East and compete over there. But
yeah,
in terms of the Anarchy Championship itself, what does that mean to you?
that's like everything for me. So I've had a lot of people say to me that like that is your belt, like, and I think up to a certain point, I've just raised the bar for that belt. Don't get me wrong, like former champions Dutch, and you've got people like Flex as well. But I think when it comes to like the sheer art of hardcore wrestling, using like actual wrestling moves and the weapons as one, like synchronized, like it becomes like art to me. Like it's no different to watching your favorite action film. It's no different to any TV show and stuff like that. I think some of the things we do in there, it's creative as well, to say the least, and expressing like yourself through using weapons in your wrestling style and making that your own mold, to me, is like one of the most sheerest forms of wrestling you can get, rather than just, you know, blasting people with stuff. So yeah, I think that belt is it's helped me like elevate myself and kind of set a bar for myself. Like this is the path I want to go down. This is the stuff I want to be doing. This is what I'm about, and I can kind of show me through that belt as well. So it's not just some cheap prop that people think, oh, we can carry that around the supermarket. It's like that's part of me. I've held that. Obviously, I had to vacate it due to injury, but as I said, as soon as I'm back on that list, I'm going after it again. I mean, I could have stayed out in Japan for another goodness knows how long, but for Body Slams to cancel, I kept wanting to come back so bad. So I rearranged some flights, had a really short layover, and then pretty much rocked up to the event. So if that doesn't tell you that my heart's in it and my head, I don't know what will.
No, that's incredible. It's a huge passion you've got for it. A couple of people you mentioned there, previous champions, are also on the card on Saturday night. Dutch and Sexy Flexi are teaming up with Jacobs to take on the New Age.
Yeah.
Keeping an eye on that. What are your thoughts? I mean, the New Age, is this the end of the New Age almost, or are they still going to get back stronger?
I think the thing about the New Age is, as powerful as they are together, you've got some big hitters on solos as well. Like, as much as I don't like the guy Jack Maxwell, like me and him went back and forth, and none of us got put down. I mean, you've got KD, me and him, you know, great wrestler. Don't like the dude. I mean, but same as Jason Morgan, he's an absolute machine. I mean, I'd probably get locked up if I chokeslammed a kid, but I just don't think they want the hassle. So, but yeah, I'll be as long as I'm not too beat up, or I don't have to go to like the hospital after, or I don't need to get stitched up or anything. I'll be probably watching from the back of the merch table, I reckon.
Yeah, it's going to be a great show, isn't it? Obviously, I hope you're all the best for your match. Obviously, we don't want any more injuries. We want you all year round. But there are still obviously a handful of tickets still available. What do you think this show brings for anyone who's considering coming along? It's a very unique experience having Steel Cage involved. What is it about Fight Factory and this event that you think people should come along and see?
In my opinion, it's just the complete variety we've got. So it's not just going to be every match is pinfall submission inside this cage. There's different steps to keep it fresh, to also suit or disadvantage some of the guys in there. So there's like escape from the cage. So if you want to see Jason Morgan try climbing a giant cage, I mean, you can pay for it on demand, or you could witness it in person. I mean, there's nothing like an electric crowd. Like, I know I'm pumped to go. Like, as soon as I come through that curtain and spit that water, I'm going to be on like that next level. So, like, the atmosphere is just gets blown away. Feel like $1 million when you go out there, and everyone that says like thank you and stuff like that after the matches. It's just a massive. I'd recommend it to anyone. Long story short, if you've ever had an interest in wrestling or combat sports, or you're into even action films, horror films, stuff like that, like, it caters to it all. It's like the most purest form of entertainment. You cannot get closer than sitting ringside, or if we fight through the crowd and stuff, and you see that either sheer interaction of like excitement or sheer panic, just like, oh my God, there's a man coming towards me. He's got a giant plastic box and this is going to go everywhere, or drawing pins are littering the floor. So we'll definitely be around for a while. And I think this show just sets the bar for this year. Like, I know I'm going to have to pull my A game out. I know Dutch is going to be training hard for this. I know JOC, he's been hammering it recently, and Dalton, he's got a lot to prove this time coming round as well. So I think this is going to be like a real who's who of Fight Factory, and people are going to rise and people are going to fall, and it's just about who can keep themselves going up that ladder and stop from falling off the bottom, in my opinion. And if you want to like be part of that journey and invest in us, this is probably the best place to start. Like such a momentous event. This isn't our WrestleMania, but this is like the starting road to Body Slams to Cancer. This is going to be the time where you're going to see people grow into like the superstars they're going to be in 5 years' time. This is like the next independent that is going to start reeling in, hopefully.
Yeah, massively. And the crowd react. I mean, the crowds love you, and they're always very, very lively events. And it's going to be good to see Fight Factory back at 1NK. It's going to be a new feeling. Great stipulations, like you say, some incredible matches, and yeah, very worrying how your match is going to turn out. I think it's going to be the show stealer as yourself and Bobby Adams go hell for leather over that Anarchy Championship. But hopefully you keep hold of it, because you're my champ. So yeah, I'm hoping you. Yeah. I'm now going to get beaten up by Bobby Adams on the way out, but it's fine. You'll put me in hospital.
Fine. I'll give you a lift back. Can ride in the champ's car.
But it's great to see you again. I'm really looking forward to seeing you on Saturday, and I can't recommend it enough for any wrestling fans like myself. Come along on Saturday, get a ticket. You're not going to regret it. It's going to be a hell of a show. Great start to the year, and it will put you in the right frame of mind to know that who's going to be your go-tos for 2024. So thank you very much for your time, Jack. Looking forward to Saturday. All good. I'm looking forward to seeing your arm raised.
Well, hopefully. Let's pray, man. Good to see you again.
See you Saturday.
Right. Cheers.